Brandgate has turned into horny jail, like straight up. Alright, so this is the D Start Deck 05 Tomari Seto Aurora Valkyrie. And so yeah, this is the start deck for Brandgate, and to be honest, I think Brandgate is probably the nation I've been looking forward to the most. And so there's the front, you see South Snow, you see Tomari. There's the side, and here's the back. And then here's the bottom. There's the side again. And then you see the Brandgate logo. And so yeah, let's just get into this. And first, we'll have the playmat out, which is a very standard paper playmat, which you get from trial decks. Right now, start decks. And so the blue Vanguard circle instead of red, and the order zone, damage zone, they actually lay out like 6 cards. Drop zone, deck, and then your right deck. And yeah, and then there's the QR code if you need to know the rules. Let's get into the actual deck. And so yeah, right here, right there in front, you see Seraph Snow. And so of course, 4 copies of Seraph Snow in this start deck for sure. Her full name is Aurora Battle Princess Seraph Snow, and her effect is basically during your turn, if one or more of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, this unit gets power plus 10k. And if 3 or more cards are imprisoned, this unit gets drive plus 1. And so this basically just says your prison has 1 imprisoned card. This is a base 10k on your turn, but if you have 3 or more, then you basically just get triple drive, which is pretty cool. Basically the first triple drive card in D format or Overdress, which is pretty nice. And her second effect is basically act on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle. Once per turn, cost counter plus 1, choose 2 of your opponent's rearguards and imprison them in your prison. And so, very simple, just imprison them, but you gotta be careful of what you imprison, because some cards that has when-place effects like the Gear Colossus in the Dark States, yeah, you don't want to be really imprisoning that. And so you want to be trying to play, you're gonna like try to play around that kind of, you don't want that to happen basically. And so you need to be careful what you jail and what your opponent's gonna like, for sure bring that from your jail. Next, we have 4 Aurora Battle Princess Reset Pink, and her effect is when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, your opponent chooses 1 card from his or her hand and imprisons it in your prison. And so this is basically a free prison, but they can get it back with 1 Soul Blast very easily. But this basically just ensures you that you have at least 1 card in prison, and you're gonna at least imprison 1 card in the next turn anyways. And then her other effect, which is continuous on Rearguard Circle, if 1 or more of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, this unit pluses 2k. And so yeah, this is just like the Dragon Empire. I mean, on Rearguard Circle, this is just like the Dragon Empire grade 2. This doesn't really do much. It's just a 12k attacker, unless like, there's really a card in this start deck which I'm not too sure. Yeah, there isn't a card in this start deck that really does make this have magic numbers. Like basically, there is no 6k or 11k booster for this to hit magic numbers. So, yep, she's not that good on Rearguard Circle. And next, we have 4 copies of Aurora Battle Princess cannot blue, yes. And her effects is basically when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, search your deck for up to 1 prison card, reveal it to your opponent, and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. And so basically this just ensures that you have a prison, which, you know, imprisoning is basically the main point about this deck. So this card, you need to have her in your prison deck. Like in the future, you need to have this card anyways. It's gonna be quite a staple alongside Seraph Snow. And then her second effect is when this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle, if one or more of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, cost counterblast 1 and soul blast 1, and you draw 1 card. And so yeah, you get to basically draw 1 card for counterblast 1, soul blast 1, which is quite a heavy cost, but I don't think it's that heavy because you won't be imprisoning that much unless your opponent really just does get back a lot of cards, and you won't be really using Seraph Snow's counterblast effect. Maybe like once per turn, but like how many grade 3 turns would you even have in Overdress game? Like seriously. So Cannot Brew is pretty cool. And then we have the starter, which is Aurora Battle Princess Ruby Red. So I don't really like her. I mean, out of the 4, like right for now, like the art that I really like the most currently, it's probably going to be Cannot Blue because it looks good. But Seraph Snow's pretty cool too. I'm not a fan of Reset Pink and not a fan of Ruby Red, yes. And then on to the other contents of the deck. We have more Dimension Police-like looking cards. Like finally, come on man. So this is Alert Guard Gunner. And so what this does is basically, when this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, choose up to 2 of your opponent's rear guards and imprison them in your prison. And so yeah, this basically just is an on-hit imprison 2 instead of Seraph Snow being a counterblast on imprison 2. So this isn't very good. Yeah, this isn't very good, but I guess this is nice for pressure. But you will already be imprisoning cards, so you won't really, you know, make a lot of use out of him. And next, there is 4 copies of Security Patroller. And so what this guy does is basically, I'm actually quite a big fan of him because he looks pretty Nova Grappler-ish, or maybe even DP-ish. It's sort of, I'm not too sure. Looks more of Nova Grappler, but his skill is basically when this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle, Soul Blast 1, choose 1 of your opponent's rearguards and imprison them in your prison. And so basically what this is good for is basically you just call him, you Soul Blast 1 instead of Counterblast 1 for the imprisonment, unlike, you know, just know that you have the Counterblast 1. This is Soul Blast, so Soul Blast is like less heavy of a cost. So yep, Soul Blast is pretty cool, and you only have like probably like 3 souls in the game, so like every game, or 4, and you only have 4 copies of him anyways. So yeah, it's good. And the next card is probably the best looking card in the whole entire start deck. I don't know, I'm weird, but I'm really a big fan of this Druid combination Drillian. Yeah, he looks very DP. I'm just a fan of this. I don't know why, but this is a nice vanilla. Probably my favorite vanilla ever since ZBT, yeah, ever since the snake, yes. And all great ones, there is this thingy that is the autonomic caution. Yeah, autonomic caution. And so what autonomic caution does is continuous on rearguard circle. If 1 or more of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, this unit gets plus 2k power and plus 5k shield. So this is basically the way better version of the Dark States grade 2 that allows you to counterblast 1 plus 5k shield. Oh, I mean, like, you can't intercept with him, yeah, but like, dude, this guy is a base 10k guard on your hand, which is pretty cool, right? And then this guy is also a 10k booster, and so what this is good for is if you have security patroller, and so what this basically just gives you numbers. You basically attack. This is going to go for 23. It's hitting magic numbers, which is pretty cool. And then it's pretty sad that this doesn't hit numbers with your Risat Pink, because she only brings you up to 12, not 13. Because if she did bring you up to 13, then that would be a good card on the Vegasable. So yes, it's a 10k booster, it's pretty cool. And then we have the PG that looks very much like, you know, the aliens of DP, which I'm sort of a fan of. So yep, PG. And then overtrigger. It's just your standard crit elemental overtrigger. Give 2 units plus like big power, yeah. And then we have the crits, in which her name is basically Aurora Battle Princess, low risk yellow. And the draw trigger, front trigger. I actually think the front trigger looks pretty alright. And by the way, all of these are all Aurora Battle Princesses, yeah. But yeah, basically these two are the ones that actually, like, you know, have the 6 card art thingy, and these are just regular Aurora Princess triggers. So this, the Heo Aurora Battle Princess Terrace Green. Yeah. And so if you put this, and this together, you have the very nice card art that basically you have a very nice 6 card Legion. So this is what you get. It looks pretty good, not gonna lie, but the glare is big. Hold on, let me off the glare for a moment. Yeah, you can already see. Yep, you see the rings, you see the cuffs, you see some of like the earth atmosphere over there. And yep. And so the last card of the deck, which you only played 2 because you'll be searching out anyways with your Canite Blue, which is the Prison. And yep, you're only having 2 of this set order prisons, which is Galaxy Central Prison Galactulus. Yes. And so his effect, I guess it's an effect, but if we really get more prisons, then this prison might get replaced. And so what this prison skill is basically cost rest one of your units to play this card. So yes, you have to have, I think you're going for, like, if you go first, you just rest your Vanguard to get this out. But if you go second, you need to rest a rear guard, which is pretty weird. Not pretty weird, pretty sad actually. And so like, it's sad because of like the hand size that Overdress has right now. It's very small, very small. And so the order effect is basically when this card is placed into your order zone, soul charge 3. So yep, I take it back. I take it back. This guy is even better now because you literally get so much soul. And even if you have 4 copies of him in your hand, you can very easily prison. If your opponent actually somehow wants to prison, let you prison so many cards. But and this continuous skill is basically in order zone. When your opponent can normal call a rear guard, they can perform the following. So plus 1, if they do so, they choose one of their imprisoned cards and call it to rearguard circle. Counter plus 1, if they do so, they choose 2 of their imprisoned cards and call them into rearguard circle. So Counter Blast to callback 2, Soul Blast to callback 1. So yeah, when I first heard of this card, when I first saw this card actually, I wasn't a big fan of it because you could get your bound cards basically back with Soul Blast. And like, why Soul Blast? Soul Blast is like an additional cost for some decks, but I know that Stoichia has an issue on that Soul Blast and they have to rely on Counter Blast to get their prison cards back. So yeah, I do like the Counter Blast one though. So if a new prison that is introduced that only allows you to Counter Blast and get back your cards in prison, yeah, I would really want that. I would play that because right now I'm not a fan of the Soul Blast one and get one out thing. So yeah. And yeah, that is basically the start deck 05 Aurora Valkyrie, Tomari Seto. So I'll see you guys next time.